The literal meaning of the word enlightenment is the dawn of light. It implies the disappearance of the darkness. Because when light appears, the darkness disappears. Therefore, there should have been some darkness before the appearance of the light. Literally, it means, or metaphorically, it means the disappearance of the darkness of ignorance and the appearance of the light of knowledge. Knowledge is knowing. Ignorance is not knowing. Therefore, the word enlightenment implies that something that has been unknown becomes known. That is knowledge. It means what was not known is now known. In enlightenment, what was known is the reality of things, the reality of life. It means when one gets enlightened, there dawns upon him the knowledge of things, of the reality that was not known to him before enlightenment. For example, the Buddha became enlightened by realizing the real nature of life, the real nature of the universe, the real nature of everything. For example, everything and being in this infinite universe is subject to birth, decay and death. In Buddha's language, it means anicca, dukkha and anatta. That is the real nature or the reality of everything. Anicca means dynamic, changing. When there is change, when there is transformation, things change. In dynamism means active. Something active, creative means ever changing. For example, vibration. Something is rising up and down, waves are formed. Light is formed in the form of waves. Sound is formed in the form of waves. In every activity, there is a wave. That means there is a beginning and there is the climax of the activity and also the ending of the activity. That means the reality of life, the reality of the universe. Even our universe had its beginning and it is undergoing a transformation, and one day it will come to an end. In 1988, Professor Stephen Hawking wrote a book called A Short History of Time from the Big Bang to the Big Crunch. Big Bang means opening up of a dark hole. That is, the expansion of the universe started by that Big Bang. And Hubble discovered in the last century that the universe is still expanding. And scientists have calculated one day the expansion will stop and it will come back into a black hole, into a big crunch. That means even the universe is subject to expansion and contraction, appearance and disappearance. When one realizes this ultimate reality of everything in this universe, one gets detached from attachment. When one gets detached, that is, one is detached from attachment means detachment even for resentment. If things are born to decay and die, we cannot possess them. Nothing can retain a permanent identity to be possessed permanently. Nothing is permanent. Impermanence is the nature of everything in this universe. With the realization of the reality, attachment to things and resentment of things disappears from the mind. And such a mind, free from attachment, resentment, and free from the ignorance of reality of things, is called an enlightened mind. Enlightened behavior means the behavior of such a mind in thoughts, words and deeds. Therefore, enlightenment behavior means a realistic behavior, knowing the reality of things. And such a behavior is a wise behavior. Therefore, enlightened behavior can be called a wise behavior. Main quality of wisdom is freedom from tension, worries, suffering, mental suffering. No worry, no mental suffering. And such a mind is an enlightened mind. In Buddha's language called Pali, the quality of an enlightened mind is called Vitaragi, Vitadosi, Vitamohi. Vitaragi means free from attachment. Vitadosi means free from resentment. Vitamohi means free from the ignorance of the reality. That means such a mind can see things as they are and can accept things as they are. That is the reality. Then that mind is free from resentment. That means free from friction and conflict. That means there is a smooth flow of the mind. The mind flows smoothly. And such a mind is calm, not perturbed, not disturbed by the worldly vicissitude, worldly changes. In the Mahamangala Sutta, it is said, an enlightened mind. Puttasa loka dhammehi chittangasana kampati. Asokam virajam kemam etam mangala muttamam. When it becomes aware of the changes, vicissitudes of the world outside, it does not get disturbed, not perturbed, because it sees things as they are and can accept things as they are. Therefore, it is free from asokam virajam kema. Asokam means free from suffering, free from worry, free from tension, free from stress, a relaxed mind. Therefore, enlightenment behavior means relaxed behavior, free from stress, free from tension. And also, as I mentioned earlier, vitaragi, vitadosi, free from attachment, resentment. That means free from likes and dislikes. It means accepting things as they are. That is their nature. Calm mind, a quiet mind, a peaceful mind, a silent mind, a mind that is not speaking. Silent, accept things as they are. Therefore, the mind is calm and quiet. And with that calmness, with that quietness, there is a bliss in mind. The mind is blissful, not burning, no pains, no stress, no tension, no commotion, no disturbance, no fear, no anger. And the behavior of such a mind is also peaceful, not in conflict with things and beings. It's a well-disciplined behavior. And another aspect of an enlightenment mind, a mind that is aware of the entire nature behind the entire universe, the infinite universe. The basic nature of the universe is, it is all benevolent. Universe is identified in some religions as God. In the Bible aspect of St. Joseph, St. John's, there is a statement, God is love. That means the motherly nature of the nature. Nature is called Mother Nature. It is motherly. Nature works for the benefit of others, for our benefit. But the way the nature behaves may be benevolent both directly and indirectly. Nature rewards us when we do the good. Nature punishes us when we do the bad. Good means something harmful to others as well as to ourselves. Bad means something harmful to others and to ourselves. Good means something good, benevolent, beneficial for ourselves and for others. That is good behavior. Nature punishes. We call it karma in Buddhist religion. Some religions say it is the will of the God. The God punishes us to correct us. Teachers punish pupils, parents punish children out of love to correct them, to lead them in the correct way. Therefore, enlightened behavior can be benevolent both positively and negatively, both directly and indirectly. Directly when the nature is rewarding us for our good deeds. Indirect means nature punishing us for our bad deeds. Nature punishes us to correct us, to make us good. Therefore, the enlightened behavior means a natural behavior for the benefit of the others. Enlightened beings are born in this world for the benefit of others. History refers to enlightened despots, kings and queens, who have been working throughout their life for the good of their subjects, for the good of the people. That means enlightenment being means a benevolent behavior. We can be benevolent to others as well as to ourselves even before getting perfectly enlightened like a Buddha. Even without becoming a saint, even without becoming a sage, even without becoming a recluse, we can lead a life of benevolence for the good of others as well as for the good of ourselves. Life is really blissful when it is bliss to others, so that it can become bliss to ourselves. When we are a blessing to others, the natural law is the nature is blessing us. The nature becomes a blessing to us. We get the reward of the good we do. Bible says, as you sow, so you shall reap. When you sow good deeds, you can reap good results. That means when you sow bad deeds, you have to reap bad results. Buddha also has uttered the same thing in his own language, saying, Yadisang vapate bijam, tadisang harate phalam. As you sow seed, so you reap the result. Knowing this nature of the nature, an enlightened mind always behave benevolently, with love, compassion, kindness, and it also leads a blissful life of blessings, happily, without tension, without stress. And its behavior is benevolent in thoughts, in words, and deeds. We all can be benevolent to a lesser or higher degree. By practicing being benevolent, we can strengthen our enlightened behavior and can be perfectly enlightened one day with the maturity of our benevolent nature.